Let's start with Liz Cheney. What's your reaction to the removal of Liz Cheney from the #3 position in the House GOP conference?
Well, it is further evidence that the current Republican Party has lost its way. But honestly, I stood up for Liz Cheney and continue to talk about Donald Trump's corrupting influence on the Republican Party, a subject I've been on since 2015, because it's much bigger than Liz Cheney, and it's much bigger than me being a Republican. Our democracy cannot function if you have a president claiming that the only way he can lose is if the election is rigged. That's what President Trump said over and over and over again in 2020. You cannot have a functioning democracy if a president, once he loses, continues to say that the election was stolen. You cannot have a functioning democracy if elected officials of one of our two Republican parties, two political parties, goes along with that lie. The election was stolen. We must have, in order to have a functioning democracy, we must have both political parties accept the legitimacy of elections, especially when those elections have been described as free and fair and legitimate by observers on both sides. If we cannot accept the legitimacy of elections, then we cannot have a peaceful transfer of power. We do not accept the legitimacy of those who were elected. We don't accept that elections have consequences, and therefore we cannot have a debate about how to achieve our constitutional principles and ideals. So this is a big deal. Not just for politics, not just for the Republican Party. It's a big deal for us as citizens and for our republic.
You're an outlier when it comes to being a Republican who acknowledges the reality of the facts at hand, which is that there has been no evidence of widespread election fraud as the former president has claimed. Why do your Republican peers continue to propagate the former president's lies?
Well, it's a great question, Jackie, and it mystifies me. My only explanation is that it is purely political opportunism. How sad is that? That, in other words, these elected officials have decided that in order to win back the majority in 2022, and let's face it, politicians are usually all about winning, that they're prepared to throw out facts, truth, constitutional principles, the rule of law, and continue in their slavish devotion to Donald J. Trump. I can come up with no other explanation, but it is a very sad commentary. And for those who might say, oh, I don't care about politics, or even those who are cheering the demise of the Republican Party, I would just go back to what I said at the top. This is about far more than the Republican Party. This actually is about our republic.